Okay.
Hello again.
Hello.
All right, this is an imperfect system, but it is what it is. Here is the yellow cord that goes all the way up the side to the box boom and plugs in our amps.
Not really.
You plug it there. You got it?
Uh,
So I just plugged it. And now we have sound. Okay. The other thing that you guys need to know is over here, so let's go around. This cable has the adapter for, thank you. Let's look at you, you're already a technician. This is our 1/8 inch adapter, or sometimes it's called the headphone jack, but it's an 1/8 inch. This is a 1/4 inch. This 1/8 inch goes to channel 6 that I brought up on the board up there so that we could have sound. So that's the next step that you want to turn on. I'm going to put these down. Okay, so come over. Oh, it's a party. So come on over here. This is also an imperfect system and not a pro tip, so I'll point out a not pro tip real quick. When something stops working, typically what you do is you tie on the new one and you fishtail it through all of the conduit. But what you can see here is they got something new and they left the old stuff. That gets very confusing when you're looking to hook things up. You also just make me want to punch something. Okay, so anyway, the one that has this one attached to it is the one we use that will get all the way to the projector. This is a VGA cable. You know it's a VGA cable because it has 3 rows of conduit. You can also see that it's missing a couple, which means that that's not good, and it typically kind of ruins the picture. And what it does on my Mac, in fact, is it kind of has like a seizure. It seems to like PCs better. So I always tell people if they're going to do presentations in here, bring a PC. But I'm a Mac user, and most theater people are Mac users because the design programs are through Mac. But c'est la vie. So let's go ahead and do that. With a Mac, you need an adapter. We have an adapter up there, but most of the time I tell people just to bring their PCs. So this is a VGA female to male mini DV. And it plugs into my mini DV section. And it didn't work. This is what happens all the time, okay? So we're gonna go back up there and deal with that problem. This is usually the step that sucks the most, is making the projector talk to the computer, okay? Oh, there it goes. Okay, so the only reason it wouldn't have worked is there's a switcher up there, which I need to introduce you guys to. So let's go back up.
it's like removable.
Yep, see, I told you.
I think it's not plugged in all the way.
No, it's plugged in all the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's the more cable you have, the less likely you'll have power. So you have to have a booster, but they do have a booster, but the booster is not going to work consistently if part of your VGA cable is broken.
All right.
Is that? That's weird. Hi.
Hello.
Thank you.
So you can see that it's having a seizure. This is the switcher that is also supposed to be the booster, but this is not a like top of the line booster, so it's not going to send energy very well, and it's traveling, as you can see, quite a long way. There's probably about 300 feet of VGA cable sitting in conduit, not getting enough power. I left a little cheat sheet here, which is A is for the stage. A is the VGA cable that makes all the way there. B, if you are running things from the booth. And that's what you would plug it into, okay? It's clearly A for the stage right now, and it should be fine, but that's a problem. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is you guys are gonna learn how to plug in a microphone. So there's that microphone. This is a Shure 58, which is a vocal mic. Shure 57 is an instrument mic, so typically you're looking for the 58, so we'll give you that. And then we need to get two XLR cables. These are all a mess. Is decent enough? Yeah, okay, we'll take those two. All right. At the back of this, there are two types of XLRs, and you need to just switch them out. So these ones that have numbers on them without white tape are the ones that go to our snake down on the stage. So that snake I showed you that has the 1/8" plug in it, so we can have sound in the computer, it's down there. So if you need one of those for an instrument, like we were plugging in amps or things like that for the talent show, you just have to come up here and re-plug and then relabel. You can see that we had like ribbon mic guitar, stage right mic, etc. On the front of the stage, which is what we're going to do now, you have ones here that are 1, 2, 3, and 4. But 4 is broken, so you won't see it. But 1, 2, and 3 are plugged right now. And 1 is a stage right mic, and that is a center mic. So I'm going to bring those both up, and we're going to plug them, and I'll show you where that is. Okay? You guys have your mics? Did I have them? Okay.
Yeah.
The mic stands, if you need a mic stand, are all up here. And sometimes you need an appropriate mic clip, which was where we got this stuff. It should be living in with the microphone, but we only just recently started to organize all that stuff. Before we came down here. One thing that happens a lot to me is that I won't bring the channel up, and I'll come all the way down here and I'll plug stuff in and it don't work, and then I'll go, damn it. So this is 1 and 2. The male goes into this wall, and if you give me a microphone and plug it, it should work. So go ahead.
Oh, so that's how it works.
There we go, there we go.
Yep, and it works. Good job. And if we do the other one, this should be the other one. This is stage right mic. That's the way it was labeled. Go ahead, you can do it.
John Seelig.
There you go. Perfect. And the last step would be to bring out the podiums. There's 2 podiums, and plug in this. And we can tell already that we have sound, but what you're also going to hear is we have a ground problem. Do you hear that? That is why we have $5,000 coming our way, because I would love to give you guys the tour, but I have a video of it I can have you watch, which shows you that all of our cable is running over electric cable. Sound cable should not run over electric cable. That's like a pro tip. It's run over electric cable everywhere in here, and it's not in conduit, and it's not shielded. This is shielded, and then it should be in conduit in a permanent system, and it's not. So that creates what we call a ground issue. And you guys hear that right now. And you guys could see that my snake is over by the plug, which is an electric cable that is running the amp. So we're gonna have a ground issue. How do I get rid of that? There's nothing I can do right now except go up to the channel and turn down the gain and hope for the best. Okay, but we can test to make sure the sound works. And it does. And the ground is less noticeable when you bring the sound up. But all right, you can go ahead and hit stop.